So
3 on the season. Here we go.
There we go. There we go. All right, let's play some baseball here. So first inning, Z-Man with that huge grand slam hits us up over towards second and out. Nice run over by Shock to get the out.
Yeah, just in on his hands.
Here's first action from Night Shifter, who hits it over towards left field, and that's a base hit. Rounding first, heading over to second. I'm not sure what the left fielder was doing, just stopping right there, but stand-up double for Night Shifter.
Yeah, silly person getting over to get that one. So, runner on second, 1 out.
And now here's you. What's your strategy for this?
Well, I just saw both our hitters pounce early, so I think I am swinging once I see something I like.
Will you see a good pitch? What's the right pitch for you to swing at?
I think I'm looking at fastball at this point.
All right, well, here we go. Mike delivers. And you pounce on the first one over to right for a base hit. Rounding third, heading on home. And that will score a run. So 1-0 in favor of the Spiral Cave Bunnies early.
I was a little out in front of it, but all right. Got a run on the board.
Well, you did exactly what you said you were going to do. You pounced on that very first pitch. Now here is Moonrise and Phoenix. A little bit of a struggle for Moonrise and Phoenix so far this season at 111.
Yeah, but no possible double play, just a little hit. All right. Fouled off down the third base line.
And outside for ball 1 from Mike is a fighter. 1-1. Right over towards center. That's a base hit. That's good for the confidence.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting right there, and runners in the corners now for Sigil.
Sigil hitting .625 so far this season. Swings at one in the dirt, strike one. Popped over towards right. Doesn't have the distance.
Yeah,
tagging up and heading home.
Steadying under that. And yeah, both runners tag up. Oh, out at second was the call. So
it came right after the run scored, so count it. So Smile Fires gets the run. Sigil gets credit for that RBI, but the out at second ends that rally. That was 3 hits, 2 runs. Middle of the first. Middle of the second, or middle of the first, 2-0. You said nobody left on base?
Yeah, because out at second, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
So Fred on the mound, not necessarily had some success on the mound in the last couple of games, sitting in with a 9.99 ERA, dealing with Yarn Dragon Tracy, hitting .222 on the season. Outside for ball 1.
Yeah, this early on, definitely a lot of time to improve one's ERA as you pitch more.
Can't improve all that much from what Iceman did yesterday. No runs, 9 innings pitched.
Fred picking on the corners. 2-2 to Tracy now.
Tracy hovering right on the line. Swings at this one over towards second. Picked up by Z-Man, throwing to Sigil for the first out. So 4-3 on the putout. Here's Captain hitting .800 this season.
Yeah, quite an impressive showing from Captain so far.
Pops this one up. That is Moonrise and Phoenix underneath it for the second out of the first inning. Panzer Dave paps is up over towards right. BBQ underneath its side. Retired a 1-2-3 inning for Fred. That'll help the ERA.
For sure. Always nice to have a lockdown inning after your team scores as well. So Fred got a lead to work with in the early innings here.
No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. And a 1-2-0 in favor of the Spiral Cave Bunnies on the bun. Are we going to see another defensive struggle between these two teams like we did yesterday?
I mean, I enjoy a close game, so if this is where it stays for a little bit or just a couple runs on the board or small ball, I'm here for it.
You've taken in many, many games. Have you ever had one of those blowouts where it was done by the end of the first inning?
Yeah, I think I've been to a couple lopsided messes. I know I was on the losing end of a 15-1 game that I've seen.
Ouch. That cannot be fun.
Yeah, I mean, we had pretty nice seats, so we made a nice time out of it.
Well, that's all that matters. BBQ.gov coming up here to bat. Swings at the first pitch. That seems to be in the strategy here for the Spiral Cave Bunnies so far. Strike early.
Yeah, you can see Tramp Royale diving for that one, but just out of reach, but also foul. 2 strikes to BBQ.
Bops us up. This will hit over towards the short. Captain gets it for the first out. Here's Mr. Cab hitting 375. Pops us up towards center. Is it going to fall? Nope. There goes the center fielder. Silly to come in for the out. Gotta wonder about those short pops.
I mean, early contact, you're not prompting Mike to use a lot of pitches, and already 2 strikes on Angel here.
0-2. Outside ball 1. Good restraint there. Swung over towards short. Fires over to first. Side retired on the 6-3 put out.
A pretty impressive quick throw by Captain there.
So a 1-2-3 lockdown inning is what you wanted to see from Mike as a fighter after that first inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Middle of the second, 2-0 in favor of the Spiral Cave Bunnies. Chat can be marking about the less oomph from the teams this season. That was kind of by design. Last season had the super teams where if you wound up using the cheat codes from Baseball Stars, you could put together players that have a whole bunch of bulk stats, which kind of worked out great for some, but the pitchers definitely got roughed up as a result. So I went to basic team generation this season.
Yeah, we're welcoming in the year of the pitcher, I think.
Let's see if the pitchers can't get it done. Fred currently working on a shutout, dealing with the heart of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 in the bottom of the second, starting off with Silly Person. Swings at the first, going foul. Just hits the side of the plate, strike 2. 0-2, Silly. Right over towards second. Right. Second baseman just standing right there.
Maybe a little miscommunication on the infield there, and Silly's going to take second.
I'm not really sure what that design was. I know we had a couple of issues with you last season with you running away from the ball. What were you doing there in center field?
Well, you know, I got to commentate at the same time, so I had to make sure the microphone could pick me up.
So you're running to the center field microphone. I got it.
Yeah.
Shock Ninja's up to bat. Runner on second. Pops this up. That is BBQ underneath it for the first of the outs.
That was absolutely launched and gets it back in, so no advancement by Silly.
Snow Bear hitting it right over towards BBQ as well for out number 2. And that's rough when you have a runner on second and you can't move them over.
when Bouncer to Sigilou takes it himself for the third out.
So a weird base hit. I have questions about whether or not we call that a hit. But it's defined as a hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least a single, I think, because it was just moving slow enough that I think that would be a tough play at first.
I'm just surprised
the ball to come down.
I'm just surprised that the second baseman just stood right there. Okay, I don't need to worry about that ball. I'm just going to stay right there. Here's Fred up to bat as you're going to take over for play-by-play for the third and fourth inning, Smile.
Yes, I am. 9-1-2 due up for the Spiral Cave Bunnies at the top of the third. So here's Fred. Swings at the first pitch, and it's a slow bouncer to short. Over to first, not in time. Just not enough on that ball to be able to make a play. So Fred at first, and over to Z-Man.
Yeah, I think we can get this one up on replay. Or not. That doesn't look right. But yeah, beat out the throw. Don't worry.
There.
We're going to do this live right now, friends. We're doing this live. Look at this. Look at this hefty editing. Our producers got it all going on here.
Yeah, well, you got to watch out for when you pull up the replay on top of the replay, and then you get replayception.
Here's Z-Man.
Z-Man laces one down the third base line, way foul. Fred has to go back to first. Right, ball one inside. And strike two over the outside edge. That's pretty decent pitch location right there. A swing and Z-Man fly ball out to Silly in the outfield. Splits the outfielders a little bit. So now it's going to be first and second with Fred moving up one base. Still nobody out. And ball one to Night Shifter. Swings and bounces to third, out at second, not in time at first. So now runners on the corners with one out.
Surprised he didn't try to step on the bag to get the out at third. That was a 5-4 on the put out there. Now here's Smile fires.
See what I can do. Oh, I bounce it straight to second, and that's going to be an out at first as well for out number 2. And Moonrise and Phoenix, it's a high pop-up. Caught by Captain for out number 3. So, little traffic on the bases, but no damage in this one as we head to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0 Bunnies for the Mechanic 5s.
3 hits and what was that? 2 left on base?
Yeah.
There we go.
We move to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Eterna leading off for the Mechanic 5s. 8, 9, and 1 due up. That looked pretty close to center cut there, and Night Shifter steadying under it for out number 1. Brings up Mike as a fighter, who rips one foul down the third base side. Ball outside evens the count at 1-1. Then a strike on the outside edge, 1-2. Still going away, 2-2 now. And strike 3 in the inside corner. That sits Mike as a fighter down looking. Oh, here's a long fly ball from Tracy, but it stays in the yard for BBQ. That's out number 3 in a hurry there. So 1-2-3 inning.
No runs, no hits. Mechanic 5s have only had that one hit. They've been shut out now for at least the 12 innings so far. I'll have to look back to the sheet to see when they scored that last run back in game number 1 that they won. They've got to figure something out.
Shut out in the previous game, and then the first 3 of this one. So that's, yeah, at least 12 right there.
Solid pitching here for the Bunnies.
So yeah, 1-2-3 inning. We head to the top of the 4th. It's still 2-0 Bunnies. Sigil leads this one off and swings an inside pitch over to third and long throw to first, but in time for the out. BBQ hits a fly ball, and we got Captain running all the way out down the line to get that one. So 2 outs in a hurry. Now Mr. Cab. Mr. Cab also swinging early, and this one's going to hang up there for shock. So very, very quick 1-2-3 inning in response as well. And Bunnies held scoreless in the top of the 4th. So we had the Mechanic 5s half. In the bottom of the 4th, still 2-0.
Yeah, pretty quick inning right there. Easy to have a 1-2-3 inning with how well the ball was being done by both teams. But now we head to the heart of the lineup. Second time through the lineup for Captain, Panzer Dave, and Silly Person. Can Fred maintain his play through the bottom of the 4th? Here we go, Smile.
Fred bounces it to third, over to first in time for the out this time. Or, sorry. That was Captain. Panzer Dave hits a fly ball to Z-Man, so quick 2 outs as well here. And now to Silly Person to see what we can make happen. Bouncer to Sigil, so there's also a very quick 3 outs on the Mechanic 5 side.
Yeah, we're going to have a pitching change to start off the 5th inning. As it looks like Anachu is coming in.
All right, welcome to the game, Anachu.
So Mike is a fighter's done through 4. Just gave up the 2 runs in the first inning. Kind of settled on down, but we're going to head to the bullpen. Let's head to the top of the 5th. Angel the Sin up to bat. What a nice day it is for baseball.
Oh yeah, fabulous weather.
Hardly a cloud in the sky, and that goes right over on a fly ball. That is out. Shock Ninja with the out there. Fred bouncing it too short and just being the throw is Captain. The man right over lined out. And this game is moving by very, very fast, Smile.
Wow, 2 rocket fly balls in that inning that just could not find a gap for the Bunnies.
I mean, it's at least making the scorecard easy. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Now we get to take a look at the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Adirondack Mechanic 5. Starting off with Shock. Shock, first time up, flew out to BBQ. Over the head, into left. That's a base hit.
using the other end of the field this time. I am not getting to this ball very quickly. Shock is headed for third and gonna be safe there.
So, triple for Shock Ninja, and here's Snow Bear. Could he get him home?
Snow Bear flew out to right his first time up.
Pops this one up. This is going to be shallow. BBQ underneath it.
And no try by Shock to get home. Probably not deep enough. This one's to me. Am I there? I am.
And you get it back in play fast enough to prevent the runner from moving over. So 2 quick outs and then turn a Nocturnum. Popping this up.
On the infield, Night Shifter's calling and got it for out number 3. So after the leadoff triple, nothing else doing.
We're already through 5 innings so far. Yeah, kudos to Fred for locking things down. It was the second time that a leadoff extra base hit was hit against Fred, but unable to get the runners home.
Yeah, I think one thing contributing to the pace of this game is we have had a lot of balls in play. I have one strikeout and I might have missed the other one, if that happened.
No, there's only one strikeout. The only strikeout that was Mike is a fighter looking back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, so we got folks swinging early in counts or just, seeing pitches they like in this one.
I'm already making my scorecard a mess. On to Chew back on the mound. Here's Night Shifter. Popping this up over towards left. And underneath it is Yarn Dragon Tracy for the first out. Small 1-4-2 today. Scored a run. And this going crushed over towards right. Say ya!
All right, I scored a second run.
Don't need to have somebody leading you home for that one. Home run for Smile Fire's second of the season. Moonrise and Phoenix through the gap into left for a base hit.
Tracy got to that quickly, so couldn't get any more out of it.
Over 2 day for Sigil over towards center field, and underneath it is Silly for out number 2. BBQ taking this over to second. Could've just tagged him.
Yeah, you can tag in the baseline then. No thanks.
Instead, we'll just put it down as a 4-6. Side retired. Oh, we don't know how to tag. But they do score the run on Small Fire's home run. 2 total hits, 1 left stranded. We've reached middle of the 6th. It is 3-0 in favor of the Spiral Cave Bunnies. And the Spiral Cave Bunnies hoping to win a series. They didn't do a whole lot of that last season.
Yeah, I'm hoping for it. And Fred's still on the mound for us. Already got a quality start in the books. See if we can get him a win.
As the 9-1-2 hitters up here in the bottom of the 6th, starting off with Anachu. Trying to lose a little bit of mustard. As that goes out to center field for a base hit. That over to right, that is a base hit as well. So the first 2 batters making contact, and we're going to see the end of Fred's day right now.
Yeah, the 2 quick ground balls splitting the infielders. So it's going to be over to late bit with inheriting 2 runners here. Nobody out yet.
Fred being responsible for the 2 runners on base. So late bit coming in after Fred has gone 5 innings.
5 and 2 batters.
See what late bit can do with 9.99 ERA. Needing to get that down a little bit. Has to deal with the heart of the lineup now. 2, 3, and possibly 4.
Yeah, probably not the hitters you were bargaining to deal with in this inning.
Captain, 571 hitter, takes strike 1 foul. Or hits foul for strike 1. Look inside for ball 1. 1-1. Hit over towards left, not deep enough. Underneath it is Moonrisen Phoenix for the first out. Runners don't move. Panzer Dave. Not fooled by that outside pitch. I think that was what Leapitt was trying to do the first time around. Just caught the corner there for strike 1. Dave fouls it for strike 2 there.
That was a little more center cut, but Dave not able to square it up.
Through the hole, into right, bases loaded.
Oh, headed home? Nope, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you thought about it, but was told by the third base coach, no, you're not doing that. So an 0-2 now to Sidley Person, a 363 hitter. 1 for 2 today. This is the best rally that the Mechanic 5s have had.
Yeah, and no home runs for Celia yet on the season. But this is a golden opportunity with this many runs.
This is going to fall in. This is going to be a base hit. However, you could get it put out at second. Nope, not in time.
Safe at second and run scores. Just a lazy fly ball in a no man's land that none of us on the Bunnies were able to get.
So Fred gets tagged for that earned run. Shock Ninja now with a chance to maybe clean up house here. 3-1, Spiral Cave Bunnies, bottom of the 6th. Makes contact, but sends this over shallow left field. Underneath it is Moonrisen Phoenix, and everyone stays put. That's the tough of. That's a tough fly out. Because you really want to send the runner home from third base.
Yeah, just not deep enough to be able to advance from there.
Snow Bear, the 7th batter up for the Mechanic 5s. 333 hitter, has flown out to right field both times today. Pops this up. Is this going to get into the gap? Nope. Another F9. Side retired. So they leave them loaded. But they do get 1 run on that 4 hits.
All singles.
It is 3-1 in favor of the Spiral Cave Bunnies as we head into the 7th inning. That's a huge stop for the Bunnies right there.
Yeah, that was definitely helpful to be able to limit the damage. I think they got a little bit of lucky breaks of having people in the right spots as opposed to not having them in the right spots with a couple of those hits.
So we can close the book on Fred. Gave up 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched. And now we get to Mr. Cad, the bottom of the lineup to start off the top of the 7th. Here's Smilefires.
All right, 3-1 Bunnies lead as we head to the top of the 7th. 7, 8, and 9 due up. Mr. Cad gets a pitch basically on his hands, and Dave steadies under that for out number 1. Now Angel of Sin. And fly ball to left. Run Dragon Tracy able to get there just in time for out number 2. this could be a pretty quick lockdown inning with 2 outs already. Tree tosses a strike on the outside edge. And this ball is hanging up there for Shaka Ninja, and that is going to do it in the Bunnies' half of the 7th.
Yeah, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Middle of the 7th. 3-1 Spiral Cave Bunnies. Got the bottom of the order coming up here for Late Bit for the bottom of the 7th, Smile.
Yes, we do. Late Bit still on the mound, getting Tramp Royale to start off, hitting 300. Tramp Royale has bounced to first and flied out to center. 0 for 2 in this one. And splits the infielders up the middle. I've got it over to second, so that's going to be a single for Tramp. Here's a Turna, and interesting relay to short and then second.
Well, there's the participation trophy for Nice Shifter getting in there to cut off that throw. Gotta wonder if
it didn't even work out as well, because now we got first and second with nobody out.
All right, here's Anachu with 2 on.
Got a slow strike 1. And fastball that never made its way back in. Anachu still hitting here, 1 and 2. And that's going to be our second strikeout looking of the game. In fact, the second strikeout looking from the pitcher's spot.
We're getting called for an ABS on the second strike, so give us a moment. Yeah, that was over part of the plate. Just the edge of the plate right there for the strikeout.
Yeah, call confirmed. And 1 away, still 2 runners on. Ooh, first pitch bends Tracy back a little bit, and then comes back in for the strike.
Noticed Tracy was hovering the line quite a while there in one of her at-bats earlier.
Strike 2 catches the outside corner, and then here's a fly ball. BBQ playing deep, wasn't able to get there, but out at second.
Just your classic 9-6 put out.
So we cut down one of the runners. It's over to Captain with runners on the corners, 2 out. Great effort by BBQ to get that to second quickly. And here's a liner to Mr. Cab for out number 3. So that is going to end the threat. And still 3-1 Bunnies. 3 hits in the inning around all of that. Or, no, 2 hits. And 2 runners left on.
Yeah, because the other base runner that was there, Yarn Dragon Tracy, got on, although getting a 9-6 put out. So crazy stuff, but the defense is locking in, getting things done. As the Spiral Cave Bunnies will be setting the top of their lineup here, the 1, 2, and 3 batters here in the top of the 8th, Smile.
And Anachu still on the mound, hoping to get some distance in this one. Z-Man swings a strike that appears to have bounced on the plate. And then diving way outside for that pitch, but it's just going to be strike 2. Oh, here's a fly ball to left, tracking the line, and Tracy not going to be able to get there. getting the relay back into third, but not before Z-Man is standing at second with a double. Here's Night Shifter. And a bouncer to third. Step on third, but that's not a force, so we gotta throw it over to first and save it first.
That's gonna do it for Anichu, by the way. We have a call to the bullpen after... Do we just mark that as a fielder's choice that got Night Shifter on base? How do you score that?
Say that. Because I guess it's either it's a hit or it's a fielder's choice and an error, because that just seems like a mental mistake that shouldn't be made. I guess you can't really score mental mistakes, though.
So, I wasn't even keeping track of how long Anichu's been in the game. That was at least 3 innings. Lenofist now into the game. So, here's Smile Fire's chance to racket it again. You had a nice big hit last time up, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I have a double and a homer in this game so far, 2 for 3. And let's see what I can do with nobody out and 2 runners on. Right back to Lenofist, but runners did not travel far from the bag, so it's just going to be the 1 out.
Crushed it right to Lenofist there. Line out to 1. And now Moon Risen Phoenix.
Nice catch by Lenofist. And a high pop-up. Tramp Boreal stays under this one, and that's out number 2. Now over to Sigil, who looks at strike 1. Lenofist on the far outside edge of the rubber, and Sigil gets this one out into center field. Silly tracking that down. We got 1 run is home, 2nd run coming in as well, and Sigil dancing off second a little bit, but back in time.
I'm wondering if that was partially to try to maybe draw some interest from who was throwing the ball, so that would allow Night Shifter to score the 2nd run of the inning.
Yeah, that could be smart baseball right there, because you're in a situation where the Mechanic 5's definitely 1 and out if they can get it, and if you've got an opportunity right there, then it's potentially worth the shot if you already know like there's no chance at home.
So here's BBQ, runner on second, 2 out.
BBQ laces this one foul down the third base line. And over to third. Long throw, but in time for out number 3. So, Bunnies get 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits.
Yeah, we have questions about how you rule that play there that put runners on first and second, but for now, it's 5-1 in favor of the Spiral Cave Bunnies.
They leave 1 on base, and we head over to the bottom of the 8th with Late Bit still pitching.
And now the now the question is, can the Adirondack Mechanic 5s do something with this? Because they've got the heart of the lineup coming up here in the bottom of the 8th.
At 3, 4, and 5, Panzer Dave, Silly Person, and Shock Ninja. Dave hits this to Z-Man and over to Sigil for out number 1. Now Silly Person, who also swings at the first pitch, and I should be able to get this. I put it away for out number 2.
I would have laughed if you had said that and then you didn't.
Well, I'm minimizing it a little bit.
I know.
Shock rips the foul ball down the third base line. Then looks at strike 2, diving across the plate there. And a bouncer to short. Over to first. So Night Shifter and Sigil connecting on that one for out number 3. So,
Nice 1-2-3 inning.
1, 2, 3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And as we head to the top of the 9th, Bunnies lead 5-1. It'll be Adirondack Rick taking back over on the play-by-play for the final inning of this game.
Appreciate it. Well, as far as now is concerned, it's the final inning. I'm sure you would like it to be the final inning too.
Well, we are winning, so...
Exactly. That's what I mean. So, the bottom of the lineup coming up here for the Spiral Cave Bunnies, starting off with Mr. Cab, 272 now on the season. Grounder, short, fires to first out. Angela Sin yet to get on base.
0 for 3 on the day. Although if Angel gets on here, I would not be surprised to see a pinch hitter.
Well, they're going to get on, so we'll get to see if that happens. First hit of the season for Angel Sin, rounding first, heading over to second, and on with a stand-up double. Game proving you wrong.
All right, Lapid gonna hit for himself here. And just a slow roller that who knows who's getting it on the infield.
I love the fact that the pitcher just ran away from that.
Yeah, I assume the pitcher is backing up something there. But, well, okay. So runners on the corners now with 1 out.
We'll take a look at that one coming up here in just a moment. I'm just waiting for it to actually reach on the replay machine. Here's that at-bat once again from Late Bit. Okay, pitcher, I don't want it.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
It looks like... So I think that's Tramp actually coming in from third. And
yeah.
Yeah, and then Lenifus covering third to be able to make that play.
So we have runners on first and third. I am just going to call that a single and put question mark.
Works for me.
Z-Man up to plate here now. 1 away after that long conference on the mound. Slams us over towards center field. Underneath it is Silly Person. Runner tagging, heading on home. It does score a run. So a sack for Z-Man that scores a run. It's now 6-1 in favor of the Bunnies.
All right. We'll take a little bit of insurance. No longer a save situation, but fair enough.
Down the field line and caught.
A rocket to Tramp Royale for the final out there.
That was a solid one, too. But they do tack on another run, and Late Bit's coming out for more.
1 run on 1 hit and a question mark.
1 left on base with a question mark.
Yeah, they're going to look to Late Bit, or we're going to look to Late Bit to try to close this one out.
We do have the dugout talking over on the Adirondack Mechanic 5s. Because Snowbear talking about how they are hopefully not going to hit it to the right fielder this time around. It's done it 3 times this game.
Yeah, I mean, Snowbear's probably been looking at the tape between innings here. Gonna see what pitch of Late Bits to square up here and...
Hit it over towards right, but this time it's not going to be an F9, it'll be an F4. Hit over the pitcher, fires over to first, so 1-3 put out, and Eterna Nocturnum, the last hope for the Mechanic 5s. Hits us over towards left. Underneath it, Moonrisen Phoenix, and the game is over.
Yeah, there's actually a crucial point that I missed, which was that was long enough of a relief outing for Late Bit to still be a save.
And then there it is.
Deck there, yeah. So, well done to Fred on the pitching win for this one, improving to 1-1. Save goes to Late Bit. The loss goes to Mike as a fighter, 0-1. And I pick up my second homer of the season. 7,000 in attendance today to watch the Bunnies defeat the Mechanic 5 6-1.
So that means the Spiral Cave Bunnies win the series. Next up, next weekend, they are going to go and do a flip of the home fields, and it will be the Spiral Cave Bunnies as the home team for a 3-game series. So solid offerings here by the Bunnies in all 3 of the games offensively. However, Adirondack Mechanic 5's got to get something figured out offensively after getting shut out back on yesterday and then only getting that 1 run today.
Yeah, I think the Bunnies, pitchers or fielders, might have been suffering a little bit from the opening day jitters with that lopsided score by the Mechanic 5s in the first one, but able to close up some of those defensive holes to be able to win this first weekend series.
So taking a look at the standings after the first weekend of play, you had the best batting average in the league.
Yeah, I mean, it is early, but nice to have that on the board right now, at least.
Z-Man still crushing the league with the 3 home runs. Didn't have one today. You caught up having that deficit there. David the lone dinger for the Adirondack Mechanic 5s.
I was about to say that, yeah. Not too much of the long ball for the Mechanic 5 so far.
You're up to 5 RBIs. Z-Man with 7. Sigil with the 5. Captain with the 3 for the Adirondack Mechanic 5s. And taking a look at the ERA, Fred improved his ERA to 6 after the outing. Came in with a 9.99. Late Bit with a now 7.50 ERA.
A nice man with that perfect 0 after that complete game shutout.
So those are your winning pitchers so far. I guess we got to get Kiki back up in the mound for an extended start at some point in time, but...
Oh, that's what that is. That's wins, because it just says best pitchers. I'm just thinking, what's the criteria there?
Yes, that is the win counter for the pitchers right there. So that's it for weekend number 1 of Baseball Stars. How's the season going so far? I don't know. It's weird because we thought last year that the schedule was going to be nice and even, because if you take a look at last year's schedule, after the first week of play or after the first 4 games of play, it was even with the fact that it was 2-2 after the Mechanic 5s won the first 2 games and the Spiral Cave Bunnies won the second 2 games. But then, well, you can see what happened there.
Yeah, the Mechanic 5s went on a long winning run.
Mm-hmm. Couple of soul-crushing games that went to 10 and 11 innings. So far, we haven't had any threats of games getting called off early due to the run rule.
Yeah, not so much yet, but I'm looking at that 2-inning game.
Yeah, I know. That 18-2 game, that was really tough. I want to say that was the game that Melchior was on the call for.
Amazing.
Here you are, you decide to throw in your hat to call a game, and you get the shortest game of this season at 2 innings.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it real time, maybe in a real game that would have pitching warm-ups and things like that. That's a tough one.
18-2, I mean, probably with a whole bunch of different pitchers taking over, you'd still have about, an hour's inning?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Smile Fires, that will do it for you for this game. Anything you want to say before you get out of here?
I think I'm good. Thanks to everybody for watching what has actually been, I think, a relatively crisply played defensive series.
Yeah.
Especially in the latter two games here. And hoping for a great season. Got a great start in this opening series here.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you back here later on this season.
Looking forward to it.